Hello, y'all. Today it's chaotic. I'm gonna do a Mikey thing because I'm bored and I am severely wanting to do this so bad. It's imaginable. I've been wanting to do this for months, but I wasn't sure. So yeah. Basically, that's the whole summary of that. It's going to be more of a comfort one than romantic, so if you're not into that, just chillax. Anyways, enjoy if you want to. Yeah. Also, I'm just a teeny bit sick, so that's why my voice is just right now, so. Also, huge trigger warning. So, you and Mikey are best friends and have been for over a year at this point. And you guys are just chilling in his room. He's on his hammock, you're probably on the ground or something. And you're both just drawing and doing fun hobby things that you guys like to do together. For the past few months, however, you weren't acting as your normal self. You were acting more fidgety, more saddening, and distraught for the past few months, and it was worrying him. So you guys were alone in his room, just chilling. Again, you looked a bit saddened and distraught like you have been for the little past bit. So, he turned to you and asked, "Hey, you alright? You look a bit sad. You can tell me what's wrong if you need to." You reassured him that you were fine and that you didn't need to tell him anything. He did not buy that one bit, but he acted like he did. "If you need to tell me anything, you can. I'm always here for you." You looked at him, unsure of whether or not you should tell him what you've been doing for the past few months to yourself. Your face and expression was a saddening one, so he instantly became worried. "If there's something on your mind, you can tell me. I promise I won't judge you for anything." You looked at him again, taking a long, deep, shaky breath. You exhaled. You looked directly into his eyes, your expression serious. He looked directly back into your eyes, his expression filled with worry. Then you broke into deep, heavy sobs. His concerned and worrisome expression was now mixed with panic. Whoa, what's wrong?" he asked you. You just started to rant uncontrollably about your feelings. Your built-up stress and anger and sadness just flowed out. His eyes were filled with sadness, but also shock. "So this is why you've been upset," he mumbled. You looked down to your wrists/thighs. He noticed and was concerned. "I don't want to invade your privacy, but I have a question that is very important." You looked back up at him, tilting your head slightly to the side, in curiosity of what he had to ask. He was silent for a moment before taking a short, but yet deep, shaky breath. "Have you been cutting yourself?" Your eyes widened a little in fear, but you slightly nodded before shaking your head no. He took notice of the nod, and his expression became even more saddened. "I'm sorry that you've been feeling this way about everything and yourself. Is there anything that I can do to help you calm down or become less upset?" You looked at him, your eyes filled with a little bit of tears in the corner. You hesitated to answer. He was holding back tears of his own. After a bit, you finally answered. He was slightly nodding each time you told him something that could help. After a bit, he grabbed a hold of your hands. You looked at him a little bit fearful. In your head, you were thinking that he was going to forcefully shove your sleeves up so he could see what you have done to yourself for the past few months. But that is not his intentions. He simply held your hands in a comforting manner, looking at you with tears in his eyes. I'm glad you trust me enough to tell me this. A few tears fell off his face as he looked at you. You simply nodded. Suddenly, he held you in a tight embrace, sobbing into you. You hesitantly wrapped your arms around him. His voice would crack occasionally due to his sobs. You rubbed his shell to calm him down, which worked. After a bit, he looked up at you with his eyes filled with tears and all puffy and red. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be the one who's crying right now. You looked at him, still completely silent. The tears started to flow from your eyes. You held on to him tightly, crying into him now. He rubbed your back in an attempt to comfort you. I'm sorry you've been all upset this whole time, but it will be okay in the end. You sniffled, looking up at him. He simply held on to you. I care about you deeply, and I would never want to lose you, ever. I care for you a lot. You're one of the people who help brighten my days when I am upset. You held on to him. After a bit, you guys both separated from the hug. He wiped away any extra tears he had in his eyes. Thank you for telling me all of this. You simply said you're welcome in return. Suddenly, he remembered something, so he turned to his sketchbook. He grabbed it and ripped a page out of the book and handed it to you. You tilted your head to the side again and grabbed it. It was a drawing of you, fully colored and fully detailed, with a beautiful background. You looked back up at him. You can keep it. Suddenly, you hugged him again, smiling slightly. He smiled a little in return. You kept on muttering thank yous, to which he muttered your welcomes back. After a bit, you both broke away from the hug again. He looked at you and smiled. I'm glad you like it. You smiled at him. You guys both went back to drawing, now in a better, happier mood. You were glad that Mikey was your friend in the end, because you, from today's events, figured out that he will always be here for you, no matter what. Welp, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's my first time doing this, so it's new to Just 2. And hopefully I'll be doing another soon. Bye bye to you all, and I hope you all have a lovely day, and